So for more information, please consult these resources. And at this time, if there are any questions, please.
Yes, as far as I know, there are a lot of distributed key value storage on the internet like Cassandra and Project Voldemort. This HBase in version 0.2 has better latency and response time than other frameworks. Thank you.
Yes. I would say that there are a number of key value stores, right? Bigtable is not really a key value store, it's more. It's not a flat key space, it's a multi-dimensional key space. So I don't consider Bigtable and key value stores equivalent. But in the space of Bigtable-like storage systems, there is, to my knowledge, Hypertable, Cassandra, and HBase. And I know as for Trend Micro, we looked at all three. So I would say that Hypertable is faster, but not as stable. And with the latest release, one internal benchmark we had was we needed to be at least as fast as Hypertable. And I think that we've achieved that. Cassandra is kind of a different beast. Cassandra is kind of like a HBase, but put on top of Amazon's Dynamo. Have you heard of Amazon's Dynamo? Yeah. So it's like that. It's a really interesting hybrid. It's peer-to-peer Bigtable. And our architecture is not like that at all. It's the traditional, or I guess traditional is the word to use, Bigtable architecture. It's kind of an apples and oranges comparison to compare those as well. I think that we perform on par with Cassandra, just in terms of performance. Their write path is more available than ours. They've specifically engineered their system such that their system will always accept writes, right? And no matter what. And HBase has conditions where normally we always will accept writes also, except when a region server fails, at which time the region needs to be reassigned. And the period that it takes for the region to be reassigned, it does not allow writes. The client will block and retry until the region becomes available again. Okay.
Okay, I think that we can take one more question.
Regarding to the correlation application, you mentioned in the Termico
yes.
correlated event, right? Do you have any performance data about the correlation job?
I do not have that information.
Thank you.
Yeah, someone in Termico has it, but I don't.
好，还有没有问题 ？Any question? 还没有问题 ？Okay.
So you say this biggest change is the Java file, right, for this version? And which part of the HBase code base is most beneficial of this work?
The region server.
Region server?
Mm-hmm. All the I/O path, from RPC to disk and back, all of that was essentially rewritten or re-architected for this release. But it's all on the region server, right? Because in the HBase architecture, the master only mediates with the clients the location of the data, and then the clients talk with the region servers themselves. So all of our I/O improvements have happened in the region server.
But the region server is talk to the HDFS underlying data.
That's
right?
correct.
And HDFS is implemented in Java.
Yes, it is.
So would that be a bottleneck eventually?
Well, HDFS can be a bottleneck. It's in the Hadoop software stack, right? HDFS sits on the bottom and then MapReduce is on top, right? And HBase kind of sits on top. So we're like a client of HDFS. So any performance limits of HDFS we have as a client of theirs. But I would say that in my experience, a well-provisioned HDFS cluster with reasonable replication settings and performance tunings is not a bottleneck for HBase. Right? It ends up being that the clients are usually bottleneck. Can't write fast enough.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.